Okay, let's start with a hypothetical, a strange one. Imagine you've been uh, diligently told for the last 40 years that the most common item in your fridge was secretly poisoning you.
That tiny oval thing you probably eat several times a week. The humble egg.
Exactly. And for decades, it was basically exile to dietary purgatory.
The official line was, limit them, watch out for the fat, and definitely, absolutely beware of the cholesterol.
So today we're diving into why that was, well, basically a nutritional red herring. If you still have even the slightest hesitation about eggs because of that cholesterol bogeyman,
You've got to just get it out of your head.
right, take that idea and just toss it.
Absolutely. The whole confusion was a misunderstanding between dietary cholesterol, what you eat, and blood cholesterol. And the new research is crystal clear.
Which says why?
For the vast majority of people, eating eggs, even 3 or 4 a day, does not negatively impact your blood cholesterol. The old fear has been, thoroughly debunked.
Okay, so if the egg isn't the villain, what is it? I mean, that's our mission today, right? To understand the fundamental difference between an egg and basically every other protein you eat.
It all boils down to biology. We have to contrast the egg's purpose with, say, a piece of fish or a chicken breast.
Which is muscle.
Right. When you eat meat, you're consuming muscle tissue. It's designed for one thing.
Movement.
Movement, contraction, relaxation, running a marathon. It's built for locomotion.
But an egg has a totally different job description.
Precisely. An egg is designed to become an entire organism, a chick. It holds the perfect biological blueprint to build every single piece of life.
From the bones to the brain tissue, everything.
Everything. And that difference being a blueprint versus just being muscle is the absolute key to how your body uses it.
And this is where it gets really interesting. You mentioned that eggs have the highest biological value. What does that metric actually mean?
It sounds technical, but it's basically an absorption score.
An absorption score, okay.
It measures how completely and efficiently your body can take the amino acids from a food and incorporate them into your own tissues. The egg's amino acid profile is virtually identical to what our own tissue requires.
So it's the most easily absorbed and utilized protein on the planet.
It's the gold standard, the highest possible efficiency rating. So if you want to build muscle or repair tendons and ligaments or just fix all the protein structures that break down every day.
The egg is your top choice.
And that's just structure. We also need that protein for making critical hormones, enzymes, all the things that govern our biochemistry. But the fuel efficiency part is where the design of the whole egg really shines.
I love this, the fuel efficiency trap. Let's talk about how lean meat is basically dripping gas onto the asphalt.
It's a perfect analogy. When you eat extremely lean protein, just the muscle, only about 10 to 20% of it can actually be used as fuel by your body.
Only 10 to 20%.
Yeah. The rest has to go through these really complicated energy-intensive processes just to be metabolized or, discarded.
So you're fueling your body, but you're wasting 80% of the energy source.
Okay.
It's like filling up your car, but most of the gas just spills right out onto the ground.
Exactly. Highly inefficient. Now compare that to the whole egg. Because you have the fat in the yolk, it changes the entire metabolic game. 65% of a whole egg can be used as efficient fuel.
That is a staggering jump in efficiency, and it explains that old historical problem, right? The rabbit starvation thing.
Yes, exactly. People who tried to live solely on lean rabbit meat got incredibly sick. Some even died. You cannot survive on pure lean protein alone. Your body needs fat.
For fuel and for nutrient absorption.
And the perfectly balanced egg completely avoids that problem. You could, theoretically, live on eggs alone and be relatively healthy. The design is just that good.
So we know it's the best fuel source, but what else is it doing? It turns out it's also running this tiny, unexpected defense system.
It absolutely is. The egg has to survive long enough to hatch, so it has these built-in protection mechanisms. The egg white, for example, is full of antimicrobial proteins designed to kill off bacteria.
A little biological defense force protecting the blueprint?
But the white also has compounds designed to lock up certain nutrients, specifically iron and vitamin B7, which is biotin.
And there it is. This is the connection to those funny stories from the 70s of bodybuilders drinking huge raw egg white shakes.
And developing biotin deficiencies, yes.
Yeah.
The compound is called avidin, and its whole job is defense. It locks up biotin because certain dangerous pathogens need that vitamin to survive.
So the egg stars the bad bacteria before they can cause a problem.
You got it. And the fix, which we all know now, is just to cook it. Cooking the egg white neutralizes that compound completely. You get all the amazing protein, none of the defensive trade-offs.
Okay, so beyond defense, eggs are the second highest food source of choline. And this is a nutrient that should be on everyone's radar.
It's a superstar, a triple threat for your internal maintenance.
A triple threat. I like that. So what does it do?
First, it prevents fat from building up in your liver. Second, it helps you build bile, which you need to digest fats. And third, it's essential for a process called methylation.
That sounds incredibly technical. How should we picture methylation?
Think of it like your body's internal post-it note system. Methylation is the signal that tells your DNA where it needs to be repaired. It helps detoxify your body, and it's critical for making neurotransmitters like dopamine.
So if your methylation is slow, everything kind of slows down.
Everything. And this is really relevant because, a lot of people have a genetic predisposition that makes them require more choline, more natural B12, and folate.
All of which are in the egg.
All in the egg in a highly bioavailable form. It's like nature's way of covering the genetic bases.
And then we get to the eyes. Eggs are loaded with these powerful antioxidants, lutein and zeaxanthin.
Which are highly concentrated in your retina. And your retina is literally an extension of your brain. It's full of these incredibly sensitive cells.
And they need protection.
They need robust protection. These antioxidants act as a natural internal shield against damaging UV and blue light. They also really help with seeing in dim light.
And it goes beyond the eye, right? It helps with cognitive function, too.
Yeah, concentration, memory, learning, it's all connected.
The egg really is a full medicine cabinet. We've also got phospholipids, which help build cell membranes in the brain.
And here's a surprising one. Eggs contain compounds that act a little bit like blood pressure medication.
You're kidding. Yeah.
No, they mimic an ACE inhibitor, which helps to relax the walls of your arteries.
And my personal favorite of the supporting cast,
Huh?
vitamin K2.
K2, the essential traffic cop for calcium. Most people just think about getting enough calcium, but K2 is what tells it where to go.
It's the GPS.
It is. It actively pushes calcium into your bones and teeth where it belongs, and it strictly keeps it out of your soft tissues, like your arteries.
Which is so crucial. You do not want calcium building up in your arteries.
Not at all. We also get retinol, which is the active form of vitamin A, and a good boost of vitamin D. I mean, the case is undeniable.
However,
Yeah.
we have to introduce the big caveat. We have to be critical consumers here.
This is huge. Not all eggs are created equal. The type of egg you buy matters significantly.
Okay, so let's get into the chicken prison index, so to speak.
Right. When you go to the store, know that about 65% of eggs come from caged chickens. These birds are in tiny 8 by 8 inch spaces.
That's horrifying.
It is. And that confinement raises the chicken's stress hormone, cortisol, which can carry over into the egg.
What about cage-free? That sounds better.
It's slightly better, maybe 2 square feet of space, but they're often still in these massive windowless barns. What you really want is pasture-raised.
Where they're actually outside.
Exactly. On grass with about 10 square feet outdoors. That access to forage and bugs and sunlight directly improves the egg's nutrition.
We also have to talk about the color deception.
Yes. Conventional farms often give chickens synthetic colorings in their feed just to make the yolk look a rich, deep orange.
Trying to mimic the real thing.
They're faking the color of a healthy egg, so you can't be fooled by just the color.
And then there's the diet disaster.
Conventional chickens are fed huge amounts of cheap GMO corn and soy. This unnatural diet drastically spikes the inflammatory omega-6 fatty acids in the egg.
This is where I have to laugh when I see a carton proudly advertising vegetarian feed.
I know.
Chickens are not vegetarians. They've never been vegetarians. They evolved to eat bugs and worms and grass.
It's totally unnatural. If you can, always opt for pasture-raised, or at least look for eggs that are enhanced with omega-3s to help balance out that inflammatory ratio.
So, assuming we're aiming for 3 or 4 high-quality eggs a day, how do we maximize the experience? Because the yolk's fat is the key to absorbing other things, too.
This is your final amazing absorption hack. The fat in the yolk is so potent that if you pair your eggs with, say, an arugula salad, the yolk increases your absorption of the arugula's phytonutrients by 9 times.
9 times.
A 9x booster, just by adding a runny yolk.
That's incredible synergy. And you can build your plate around function then. Add onions, they help with the detoxification.
Sprinkle on some black pepper and sea salt. That increases the absorption of those carotenoids we talked about.
What about tomatoes?
A fantastic addition. They give you lycopene, a potent antioxidant for your arteries and brain. And always add a healthy, fresh fat like avocado.
Final, crucial point. Don't destroy all this good stuff with heat. The tragedy of the overcooked egg is real.
It is. You want to minimize the heat exposure, aim for over easy or soft scrambled. The key is the yolks should be runny.
And cook with healthy fats like olive oil or butter, but keep the heat moderate.
Right. Don't blast it.
And here's the final reassurance. Even if your budget only stretches to conventional eggs right now, they are still nutritionally superior to most of the processed conventional protein sources out there.
Oh, absolutely. They're still a superfood. But you should always aim for the blueprint's full potential if you can.
So now that you know, the humble egg is basically a tiny, perfectly engineered fuel cell designed not just to repair your DNA and protect your brain, but also to maximize nutrient absorption from everything else you eat. What kind of protein fuel are you going to choose for the rest of your day?
Something to mull over until our next deep dive.